But at the end of the day, it is like I said, put the fight on.
Hey, Wack, hey, yo, hey, this shit easy, nigga. Hey, all I'm talking about, nigga, I'm still out here trying to get it.
Contender Regime Boxing checking back in with y'all, man. What's good? So it's just been announced via Boxing Scene. That's the first place where I saw this get announced. A journalist from Boxing Scene posted on his Twitter, Pug Boxing, and he said that the Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez fight is officially signed, due for August 16th, and it's supposed to be staged in Saudi Arabia, put on by Turkey, Riyadh season. And I'm pretty sure that if he's the one putting on the fight, then DAZN is going to do the telecasting of it and all of that, right? And with Teofimo Lopez being under Bob Arum and ESPN, I believe he's still tethered to them in some way, shape, or form. Then that, you know, there might be some co-promotion there. But Turkey has been able to get these guys from different platforms to be able to do exclusive events with him. So we'll see how that all plays out. But the fight looks like it's signed. I'm seeing now, and I saw this last night, right? But today being, you know, we'll say 15 to 20 hours later since I first saw this being announced, there's been different outlets and platforms posting that this fight is official. So for all intents and purposes, everything looks like it's a go. And that's a beautiful thing because this fight sells itself. It has history. Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney, they have a history. We have seen these guys through the years go back and forth from showing respect to showing disrespect towards each other to where they, at some point, you know, it seemed like the fight could have happened sooner at 135 when they were both undefeated and both, you know, they in their prime right now. Devin Haney is right there in his prime and entering his prime, you know, the height of his prime. And then Teofimo Lopez, I believe right now is as good as he's ever been, you know what I'm saying, right now. So it's a great time for the fight to happen, of course. And there's a lot more experience there. These guys have both been unified champion. Devin Haney has been undisputed. They both have great wins under their belt. You have the fact that they both beat Lomachenko. Teofimo lost to Kambosos. Devin Haney beat Kambosos. And they both coming off of fighting on the same card in an unprecedented venue in the middle of Times Square in New York. So there's a lot that's been built up for this fight to happen. And I think it's a full circle moment because we've seen on multiple occasions these two guys on camera in front of each other going back and forth, their dads going back and forth about, you know, my son better, you know, I'm better than you, and, you know, you can't fuck with me, and when we do fight, I'm gonna get on your ass. And to keep it 100, we all know that whether you think this fighter wins or that fighter wins then or now, we know that in the history books, on paper and on screen, what we've seen on video with the banter back and forth, that Teofimo Lopez was the guy that was not really interested in fighting Devin Haney. We know that Devin Haney clamored for the opportunity to fight the best guys and to get a shot at Undisputed. And, you know, it was the only reason that Devin Haney really got a chance at Undisputed was because George Kambosos beat Teofimo Lopez. Because you got to look at it like this. When Teofimo was scheduled to fight Kambosos, that was at the height of the Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez beef. Right before he was about to fight Kambosos, because you got to remember, Lopez had just came off the Lomachenko victory, and then he started acting real different. Like prior to him fighting Lomachenko, he was sounding optimistic about fighting Devin Haney. I remember when those guys they ran into each other on Fred from Barbershop Conversations. He had a video where they was at a venue at a fight, and he had Teofimo Lopez on camera, and then out of nowhere, Devin Haney walked up like, you know what I'm saying? Look, hey, we need to make this fight. What's good? And Teofimo Lopez was being kind of shaky on the subject. Now, mind you, they both still super early in their career. You know, but he didn't really seem very eager, but he was, you know, it sounded optimistic, at least down the line. And then as they continue to, you know, have this conversation, you know, on social media and on camera and different things like that, Teofimo Lopez seemed like he started to warm up to the idea of maybe, you know, making that fight happen. But then when he got them belts from Lomachenko and he got that victory, he started acting real funny. You know what I'm saying? He started acting real different, started to dismiss Devin Haney's title when he became WBC champion at 135, started calling him the email champion, started trying to make it seem like Devin Haney was so beneath him that he didn't deserve a fight like this, even though everybody wanted to see that fight. And so, you know, I always, I used to say this about Teofimo Lopez, you know what I'm saying? Got a couple of dollars down there, thank you, Ricky. You know what I'm saying? Because he got that, you know, famous Rick Ross line. He got that one win, and then he started acting all boozy, and you know what I'm saying? Like he too good to fight Devin Haney. So, long story short, Devin Haney ran up on Kambosos. This was right after Devin Haney had just fought, what's my man name? Jojo Diaz. This was right around that time. And then, you know, Devin Haney was telling Kambosos, like, look, you know what I'm saying? Look, if you win type shit. And matter of fact, I think it was right after Kambosos had just beat Lopez. And he was like, look, I'm the champion now. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'll fight you. I'll fight you for Undisputed. But I think even leading up to that, Kambosos was like, look, after I'm going to whoop Teofimo. So after that, I'm willing to do Undisputed. I'll fight you. You know what I'm saying? I'm about that shit. You feel me? I ain't like Teofimo running around here acting like I'm too good to challenge myself. So the fact that George Kambosos went out there and whooped Teofimo, that was a great thing for Devin Haney because that was his opportunity to fight for Undisputed. Because Teofimo wasn't, I don't think he was going to fight Devin Haney. He was dismissing Devin Haney, right? And so Devin Haney ran up on Kambosos after the fact like, look, you gave me your word that you was going to fight me if you won a title. And even Kambosos tried to act bougie a little bit after that. You know what I'm saying? There's something about when these guys get them a win. You know what I'm saying? They get them a good win on their resume. They get them a couple of titles. And they start acting bougie and shit. But Devin Haney held his feet to the fire. And he went through hell to even make that fight because he took the lesser split. Even though he was the more known fighter, he took the lesser split. He had both of the fights over in Australia. You know what I'm saying? Kambosos and his team, they put Devin Haney through hell just to make that fight happen. They started acting real bougie. At first, before he beat Teofimo, he was like, yeah, you know, I'm different. I ain't like Teo. You know what I'm saying? If I win, it ain't shit to make the fight with you. Then you win, you start acting all bougie. But ultimately, he kept up his end of the deal and he made the fight. So now it's a full circle moment. Teofimo has went on to do great things. He became a multi-division champion. He beat the likes of Josh Taylor, who was pound for pound, undefeated guy, pound for pound guy. You'll beat him. He went on to, you know, he just came off of a victory versus, Barboza, which I think was a really good win. That was a good performance. And Teofimo Lopez, he beat, what's my guy name? I think he's Puerto Rican. You know what I'm saying? I forget dude's name, but y'all know who I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Dude that fought Lomachenko. I forget his name. Really good fighter. But Teofimo has went on to, he had some ups and downs, right? You know, had some ups and downs. Had the fight with Sandor Martin where he seems to kind of lost confidence in himself. And then he got back focused and started to do some things, right? So that's good. Devin Haney, we know that he had the fight with Ryan Garcia, where Ryan Garcia tests positive for PEDs. That was a terrible outing for Devin Haney. Devin Haney came back and fought Jose Ramirez, which was not a fantastic performance, but he got the victory. And I'm glad that he got that fight under his belt, because now I would like to see Devin Haney get back to being himself, and then even an elevated version of himself in this fight with Teofimo Lopez. He's going to have to be, because I think going into this fight, I think Teofimo is going to be the favorite. You know what I'm saying? Do I think Teofimo is a more skilled fighter than Devin Haney? Do I think he's better than Devin Haney? I don't think that necessarily. I think Devin Haney still has a higher ceiling in terms of skill set. But if we're looking at recent history, Teofimo has been looking better than Devin Haney. So I think Teofimo will go into this fight as the favorite. And it's going to be up to Devin Haney to go out there and prove that he is everything that he believes that he is, and what his full potential is as far as what the fans think of Devin Haney. Is going to be his responsibility to go out there and put on a great performance and get the victory and look good doing it. It's going to be a big challenge for both fighters. I think it's going to be a challenge for Teofimo Lopez to, from a stylistic standpoint, to get to Devin Haney, because we know Teofimo has had problems with guys moving. That's, again, I don't know why I can't think of bruh's name, but y'all know exactly who I'm talking about, where a dude was moving, you know what I'm saying, and he couldn't really cut the ring off. He had troubles cutting the ring off. Teofimo won that fight, but we've seen Teofimo have troubles with guys that move. And Devin Haney, I think he's going to have to be able to move, but then also have enough offense to dictate the pace of the fight and show the judges that you are in control. So I think both guys going to have challenges that they're going to have to overcome. And I'm extremely excited about this fight, man. And it's a full circle moment. All of the back and forth, all of the beef, you know what I'm saying? It all comes to a head, and we get to see who really is the best. You know what I'm saying? So y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. How do y'all feel about this fight? Do you have any early favorites? And what do you actually think the outcome will be? And give me the keys to victory. We'll continue to break this fight down as we get closer to it. August 16th is not that far away, so I'm excited that, we get a chance to really build up this fight, and it's right around the corner. So y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Contender Regime Boxing. I'll holler at y'all boys, man.